day 4 of more harassment from the people who supposedly work here. They came early and rang my doorbell again, did not declare who they were or anything, and then just took off. So yeah, it's harassment. So I am keeping a record of every single time that they do this, because if it's staff, I could almost understand, because they are legally responsible for doing wellness checks, and it's just something that the government has focused on harassment for people with PTSD. But I've made it very clear that I have PTSD from military sexual trauma. I've made it very clear that I just do not want to interact and do things. I'm not supposed to be here at all. And this is just a terrible time. I don't know what to say. I'm just annoyed. I'm just angry, because there's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for random people to be coming to my place of residence and harassing me. I just was in contact with the landlord and the maintenance staff a week ago. Plus, it's pretty obvious, because you can check the cameras yourself. I go outside and clearly leave the building. So I do that daily. Sometimes I even do that maybe twice a day. So yeah, there's ample evidence that I'm clearly alive. I do a podcast every day. I release a new song every day. So I don't know what to fucking tell you people. I mean, clearly you just want to harass me, because this is happening at the same exact time as I'm asking for my disability benefits. All of a sudden, the women feel inclined to come to my apartment building. Yeah. Dude, I don't like your name right now, so come back tomorrow. I'm just not in the mood. Thank you, girl. Yes, I do have PTSD right now. I feel triggered. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Good girl. Whew. Look, LA, I don't want to interact with you. At this point, I have really red hair. One of my ancestors better speak up, because I need to know which one of you was fucking a redhead. Because why do I have red hair? The only one in my family born with fucking red hair. I'm annoyed. Like, it's a lot of it too. Hi Davos, how are you? Maybe some Irish in there. Well, not in me, but great grandma may have, felt the spirit in her and decided to groove with some Irishmen. Clearly, because how else do you get red hair? Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is IanXIlyana. I am an environmentalist, human rights activist, two-spirit, transgender icon. I'll show off the outfit for today. I don't have my sporting on because you only really need that if you're going outside and it's super windy. But this is what I wear, just when I'm by myself, because I don't need personally to conform to gender norms, and I don't need to conform to, I don't know, societal rules on what is fashionable, because to me this is actually pretty cool. I mean, I have terrible taste in hair design. Yeah, I do dangly earrings, and yeah, I pretty much wear nice comfortable peasant wear. Thank you, Davos. Appreciate that. I'm super keyed up and just upset. But I don't have to do it alone. I have my service animal. My service animal is the best. Absolutely is the best. Speaking of which, I do have new music coming out. I had insomnia, and I thought to do more art therapy because I knew I was just going to have a difficult day today, because it doesn't seem like these people are taking no for an answer, and they even hired a new person just so that they have an excuse of, I'm the new person, let me introduce myself to you. It's like, you're going to be here for what? A month, 2 months, and then you're going to bounce? How about you just do me a solid? You write down in your fucking notebook, nah, didn't want to come to the door, didn't want to speak to you. PTSD prevented communication between myself and the veteran. Okay, you write that down, because you can send that to the VA and you can send that to LACTA, and LACTA can finally get off its ass and say, you know what? Yeah, we really need to change your portal or whatever. And not that I really want a portal to another place in America. I really don't. But fuck, if I had the option of moving to a new city instead of living in the city where I can't walk the streets normally. Now, I keep saying it in this channel because it boggles my mind. It really does. Hello, Mark. Hi, Ricky. Thank you so much for wishing me a great day. I appreciate that. As I was saying, it boggles my mind that I was in Texas, living as a full transgender person, and no one said anything. No one said anything. No one bothered me. I'm talking, just, I looked so cool to me. And I was happy. I was happy because it was the one place where, for the most part, people were either friendly or they just didn't care. Super friendly and respectful, and just, it was one of those areas where you could say, I found community. They found a way. Texas found a way to literally say, this is our town, these are our people, and they were cool. And unfortunately, I had this idea that I was too cool for Texas because I wouldn't play the stupid cornholing. But now, looking back at it, I would do that in a second. Just a nice boring day, bored out of my mind, putting little weighted cloth sacks into a hole instead of living in Los Angeles where I have women pretty much just harassing me every single day. And I'll just say it. The military may have sexually abused me, but it took Los Angeles to sexually assault me. The military gave me, as a man, a fear of being raped. But LA is the place that would do that. Oh, and reporting it to the police really doesn't do anything. Reporting it to LA Metro doesn't do anything. The only thing I can do is say, oh, well, I mean, I have, you know, bus rides that I've paid for, bus rides to go places, enjoy something, enjoy the city. I live in LA. I don't fucking live in Timbuktu. I live in a city and I can't do anything. I can't go anywhere. What the fuck is that? And it's not even like I'm a celebrity. If I was, like, I'll go through the list again. Am I Tom Hardy? No. Am I Tom Hiddleston? A clue? No. Am I, what's his name? Oh yeah. Tom Holland. Am I Tom Holland? No. I'm just IanXIlyana, punk rock musician, heavy metal guitarist that nobody listens to, pretty much. So I don't get all of this, I want to grope you in public sort of thing. I want to grab your genitals. I want to, grab your ass. I don't get that. That's sexual assault. I'm being sexually assaulted by the city that I live in. Davos, Austin. I went to Austin. I regret that I didn't truly explore it. I just walked through it. I just glanced at it from my side eye because I went to it and I said, I'm gonna consider maybe moving here because I was a little unhappy. I was just a little unhappy. But I thought it over and said, no, the city that I was in Texas, it's not perfect, but I don't know. It's like they found a cool vibe to meet me at. I mean, how many places could say, sure, come into our bar, take over the bar at all times, literally hold court, be on stage the whole night, and just enjoy yourself the whole night. No matter where I went in this city, I literally enjoyed myself because everyone knew me and nobody was, can I have your autograph? Nobody was, I've got to grab at you for the most part. I had one bad time, but I mean, not every day is going to be perfect. But even then, I had a fellow Texan, come and help me because I was being attacked at the time. I even had guys that I was dating very briefly, But I did have one guy that I kind of liked. I wish he wasn't doing drugs and trying to get me to do drugs and force drugs on me. So I broke up with him and then I pretty much left because I had to value myself and say, what am I doing here? I mean, that's what happened to me. I would spend all my time thinking about someplace else because as happy as I was there, I was just drinking heavily. I was drinking heavily. I was pretty much drinking alone all the time. I was just drunk to numb myself enough to be around people because I was going through so much pain from my PTSD that the only solution that I had was to drink heavily and to do drugs. I didn't want to pursue that as a life. I didn't. So I left. Terrible choice in the hairstyles. And then I came here. And I don't know. I guess I was super naive because I said, if this is a brand new place, I'll treat them with respect as I treated Texas with respect. And maybe we'll just find a cool vibe because I don't know. I'm still of the assumption that there has to be a place in America where women aren't sexually assaulting men. And I know that if there was truly a large enough epidemic of women raping men, there would be laws enacted the next day. But it happens. It just doesn't happen on a large enough scale. Yeah. Mostly because, for the most part, women aren't inclined to do that. It's within them to do it, that I know. But most women, they don't want to do that. They wouldn't want that done to them. But these Los Angeles women, they think that that's appropriate. And it makes me uncomfortable to the point that someone knocking on my door to do some sort of wellness check and introduce themselves sends me into hiding because I just do not want to be involved in any of it. I mean, I talk about how I was trying to talk to my landlord, and like it or not, I've got to do business with this woman. I'm renting from her. If there's a problem, I've got to talk to her. But for the most part, it just, there's always a problem here. There's always a problem here. And I don't want to talk to her. You see, what I want is I want a house. I want a house with a door that I can say, you know what, fuck your wellness check. I'm a grown-ass man, person, whatever. I try not to gender myself. It's easy. I'm two-spirit, transgender, so I use a lot of they and them to describe myself, and I really try not to gender myself at all. Sometimes I make a generalization about myself, and I guess I can consider myself more manly than feminine. Look, I have a beard. I enjoy having a penis. I'm transgender, but I enjoy having a penis. I enjoy peeing, standing up. I I enjoy urinating. Let me use my big boy words. I enjoy pissing standing up. I enjoy a good wank. I enjoy having a penis. I just do not enjoy fucking pants because that is a sign of slavery. Slavery, and it's a sign of shame. I'm not ashamed of having a fucking penis. I have a great fucking penis. I'm not going to show it off right now. But I have a great fucking penis. I'm just not going to fucking stuff it into pants to fucking please people. I want to live in a fucking area like Scotland where you can wear a beautiful garment and just say, look, I've got one. If the wind blows and you might see it, it's fucking there. What you gonna fucking do? You've got one, I've got one. Isn't that lovely? Next, what else we talking about? These American fucking fascist pigs try and push out this agenda that you should be ashamed of your body. You should be ashamed of the fact that you're a fucking man and you have a penis. So they tell you, oh, you know, it makes me uncomfortable that you don't wear pants. It's like, well, I mean, I am wearing clothes. I prefer to be nude, but, you know, you don't seem cool, so I don't want to, you know, overstep. So let me meet you halfway. I'm going to wear what I feel is comfortable, and people will just leave it alone. Oh, hello again. All right. Come back. Davos, I'm sorry about your trauma you experienced over here. I like you. You seem like such a pure soul. I subscribed. I have to run for now, but want to know more about you. Thank you, Davos, for coming by. You know, not every day is like this. I used to do just little mini fun times where I would sing, I'd play music, you know, we would dance around a little bit, we'd get the blood pumping, you know, we'd have a little party. But you know what? I can't seem to do that when I have women harassing me every day and I already have a tough time as it is. I have severe PTSD. So that means that if there's a woman within like 50 to 100 feet, it makes me uncomfortable. I have to cross the street. I have to run away because you know what? I have been sexually assaulted in LA. I was sexually abused in the military, but I've been sexually assaulted in LA multiple times. Sexually harassed in LA multiple times. So no, well, I'm not cool. I'm not cool with LA women. Just no. Look, I support every last one of my female celebrities, every one of my female musicians. You know I love your music. You know I will watch your shows if I feel comfortable. Although even that is taken away from me because of my severe PTSD. Because I keep being fucking groped. I keep breaking fucking screens and I guess punching them because I have strong reactions to all of it, which I hate because that's not who I used to be. I used to be a person. I grew up on fucking Xena Warrior Princess. Okay, does anybody understand that? I grew up on Xena Warrior Princess. I grew up on Lucy Lawless, kicking ass every day, lezzing out with her fucking girlfriend, Renee O'Connor, and just living the life. And I fucking enjoyed it. And now, because of the military and the sexual abuse of me, all of that stripped away. Because LA sexually assaults me, I can't deal with any of it. It took my PTSD and just took it to 11. That's just where we are now. That's just how things are. I said yesterday that I'm missing out on Yelena, I'm missing out on Ghost, I'm missing out on Taskmaster, I'm missing out on Bucky Barnes. I like Bucky Barnes. I like Sebastian Stan. I like David Harbour. I like Julia Louise-Dreyfus. I think she's a phenomenal actress. Any other time, I would have been able to go to see that film. I even saw Captain America Brave New World in the rain. In the rain. But now, I'm so sorry. I mean, you worked hard on that film. I know you did. I know you cared about it too. But I can't keep spending money that I don't really have on any of your movies while I live in a country that sexually assaults me and sexually abuses me by government sanction. It's bad enough when these disgusting LA women do it to me, but the United States Air Force ordered me to be sexually abused. That takes it to another level, which is why I have a case with the Human Rights Commission at the United Nations. The United Nations has to talk about IanXIlyana's abuse because of the United States Air Force. The United Nations has to talk about that. So don't think that one person can't make a difference. I'm not the only one who was sexually abused, and I don't even have the worst case of it. I have signed the restitution bill for retroactive payments to be paid to people who were sexually abused or raped during their active duty. And one of the things that you're able to do when you sign that is see video testimonials and to read the comments of the people and the reason why they signed. And you have anything from, like my case, I think one of the main people there, like one of the first videos I saw was of someone in a similar situation to myself where they were medically injured and one of their fellow Americans, people that they should be able to trust, just raped them while they were in medical care. I saw the video and I just cried. I cried because I know how that feels. I know how that feels. And then I read about people being gang raped in the military, and I'll just speak for myself. You know, there are motion, it's not a good day, so just come back tomorrow. Thanks. I appreciate you. You join the military because you understand the truth of this world. You don't really want to join a team, but you understand the simplicity of it. It's us versus them. You join the military because you realize that you're a different kind of person. You're a hero. There's hero within you. You defend people. You take up arms to protect them. I don't have weapons, but I have freedom of speech. So I use that to defend Eastern Kentucky and talk about Senate Bill 89, which is in the Kentucky legislature. It's a bill to allow more water contamination against rural communities that depend on freshwater, groundwater in order to sustain their life, to drink water, to take baths, to cook meals with. And the Kentucky legislature is just saying, yeah, well, we're just going to add more contaminants to your water. And then it's bad enough because it floods there quite often. So the water was just being befouled by E. coli, and now they're adding more chemicals to it. Clint, what's up, man? I have some fans in Kentucky that might be signing your petition here soon. If they can find your channel, I gave them the link, and I can hope they can find it, so we might have some more people. Clint, thank you so much for saying that and for continuing the discussion when I've just been lacking. I used to do more podcasts, like a 2 or like 3 a day. It's just hard when I have just this level of harassment. I don't know, you came in rather recently, but I had yet another ringing of the doorbell, and there's some woman on the other side of it. I think it was staff this time, but even so, it just makes me uncomfortable, and I just have to choose a better path, because there is the path of you go down and you speak to them and say, leave me the fuck alone, and then you scream at them. But then again, they're getting paid. They're getting paid if you scream at them. They're getting paid if you don't scream at them. They're getting paid if you ignore them. So how about that? I just ignore them. Because clearly I'm alive. Clearly I'm still here. I just spoke to my manager a week ago, and she can check the cameras. I go outside every day. I kind of have to. I just don't want to participate in any of the activities here. And I don't want to do activities. I don't. I just want to be left alone. Actually, no, that's not true at all. I want to go to Mars. Let me just be honest. It's the only thing I think about. It's the only thing I care about is going to Mars. I do care about Eastern Kentucky, which is why I keep talking about Eastern Kentucky. Clint, thank you so much. And like, nothing against your partner, and I'm glad that she is a fan. And I know it's extremely rude and reductive of me to just paint all women as rapists, as sexual abusers, but that's what I'm experiencing right now. Because I was having severe PTSD. Severe PTSD. But I made a conscious decision to sit next to a woman. And she sexually assaulted me on that bus in Long Beach. No, thank you. Just no, thank you. My language and my venom for the females that live in America is 100% justified, and I wish it didn't have to be that way. You see, this is what I dislike about what the American government did to me, because I used to have a kinship with women. I understood them. I love them, and now it's shattered. It's completely shattered. Clint, thank you so much. I hate this side of me. I hate what I've become. When I came to LA, I was giving people the benefit of the doubt, and I just tried to engage with them, let them know me, let them see me as a kind, happy person, someone who's kind of cool. I even got myself a little Santa Monica license, and I was like, I like singing, I'll sing for you. And then, it's just like, yeah, stay over there while I sing for you. But yeah, let's just hang out. Let's enjoy this wonderful weather together. Let's be cool together. And I had to put that aside. I had to put everything aside, and I want to get back to my life. And I understand that, I don't exactly have the most patience for, what's going on right now. Thank you, girl. You have to love a service animal that just knows when your heart is breaking, and is just there for you. Alerts you that you're upset, tells you to, take a breath, and very, very happy to have a service animal. And I actually have a petition, change.org/man's best friend is a dog, because I eventually will get my fucking disability benefits. And yeah, while I'm going to Mars, I'll be extremely busy, but I might also take some time to train other service animals. There is an overcrowded situation. I'm terrible at English. There are too many dogs at the shelters, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And they stay in those little cages, and they cry because nobody talks to them. I mean, yeah, they have staff there, but nobody talks to them. Nobody acknowledges their existence. Now, these are intelligent creatures. I mean, you talk about an octopus being intelligent. Dogs are intelligent too. They have feelings. They have a huge capacity for love, compassion, and pity. A dog pities you. My dog can actually tell when I'm miserable, and she guides me toward a safe space where I can collect myself and try again. Clint, you help so many people. I'm when my dog is out and about, she's actually trained to hold me in place so I don't run off into traffic or start flailing my arms. I had to do a compensation and pension exam for a health condition, and my examiner was a female, and I was so anxious and angry and just disgusted. I couldn't even get the medical device on me. I didn't throw it at her, but it just went flying across the room because I was just, fuck this situation. You stay right there. Don't talk to me. We'll fucking get through it, but don't fucking talk to me. And it was just such an uncomfortable position because this is a medical professional who, look, I shouldn't have had an issue with. But I've had too many issues, and I've had VA personnel be unprofessional, which you're paid to work with veterans. Why would you be unprofessional when you work with veterans? Veterans don't deserve that. They deserve people who want to work there, who know to respect veterans and to be professional at all times. Change.org/Kentucky needs you. It's a petition for Eastern Kentucky to protect their rights as an American citizen to have access to clean drinking water. It's an important petition. Change.org/Kentucky needs you, because if they befoul the water in Eastern Kentucky, you're next. Absolutely. How many times have we had issues where a train derailed carrying hazardous material, a truck had an accident, it was carrying hazardous material, it wasn't even labeled properly, and it just befouls the earth, poisons the earth, poisons drinking water. You know, there's this lovely country music artist, I don't know what her name is. I want to say Mary Watson. I'm terrible with names. But either way, and she started talking about Eastern Kentucky and this issue. And like I say, I have PTSD, so, you know, it would just be too much for me to contact her. But I'm going to try and look her up again because she was in my feed. And I'm going to try and put a link because people should know that it's an important issue. It really is. Clint, well, man, I got to get started on packing for my move, so I'll have to talk to you later. I'm sorry, brother, but I'll send you an email later to see how you feel. Thank you so much for coming by, Clint. Everyone should follow Clint. He does an amazing podcast, and he's just a really cool, genuine person who drops some knowledge on people, inspiring them to be better, inspiring them to help in their community. He's one of the first people who signed Change.org/Kentucky needs you. A lot of people wouldn't, but he felt moved by it. And hopefully you feel the same way. You feel that as an American citizen, no matter if you live in a big city and have tons of money, or you live in the country and you have no money, you should be treated with respect. And we should respect American citizens for their ability to live independently. protect their drinking water, protect the water that they use in their restaurants, because let me remind you that if it's befouled there, it's everywhere, throughout that state. And these are good, decent people. I don't know any of them, but that shouldn't matter. They're people, just like you and I. They live, they love, they have dreams. And one of their dreams is not being in a hospital with cancer because of the drinking water that they have. So the petition goes into testing the water, it goes into providing medical screening for the residents of these areas. And it also goes as far as to say that we should start donating water to Eastern Kentucky, because the government is just going to wait and wait and wait before they consider that a state emergency. I would consider it a state emergency. I know that it's the state itself that is deciding to poison its own drinking water. It's a state of emergency. I'm alarmed by this situation. I hope you are too. I could go on into other things, but I'm emotionally drained. I'm not going to stop fighting for the rights of American citizens. The American government sexually abused me, and the American people sexually assault me. But that's not everyone. And I have to believe that there's good in these people. And if not, then I'm just going to be a good person. Change.org/Kentucky needs you. I will see you on the next podcast.